Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Wait until you see. Okay. Guys, I am like as happy as can be. You have no idea. Look at this. Oh, can you see my little teapot? Huh? Can you see it? I don't even drink tea. I just was like, what a find. I would know I was going grocery shopping. I mean, Christmas shopping. I don't know where it's from. Only hand wash with clean water. Only hand wash with clean water. What the fuck? Why would you use dirty water? Don't put in dishwasher. Wait for the whistle. Whistle while we work. Do. But I don't want to use it. I don't want to use it, right? Because I just love it. And this is what I actually want my tattoo of. Is this with 4 elephants and them all holding the tails because it's a family, right? Representing my kids. And you hardly see that. There's 6 elephants, right? Yeah. I was like, I walked back and forth in this store. Well, actually, this was just Marshall's. Okay. I didn't even talk about the jewelry store yet. But I walked past this thing umpteen times because I was looking for a Yankee swap. Hold on. It doesn't even say where it's from. I mean, it's cast. It's cast iron, which I love with like my pans cast iron, especially for like steak and burgers. But it can discolor. Somewhere on here says it can discolor. Oh, yeah, at risk of losing paint, right? But I don't know. I was just like, and it's the tiniest little teapot. I'm just gonna use it as decor because it's got elephants on it. And then what was I just gonna grab? Oh, I was gonna shut the door.
All right, whoever voted is saying we're not playing that.
Oh, and then again, walking back and forth, right? I'll stick it up here. Like I don't have enough shit laying around, right? In here, collect some more shit. Why don't you? Okay. So, you guys ready for this fun? Okay. Little beads from Indonesia, which is like, it's definitely where I want to go. Why did I feel like I said that weird, right? Indonesia. Why does that sound really funny out of my mouth right now? Does that sound funny coming out of my mouth right now? Indonesia? I don't know, but I picked up beads from Indonesia. And I didn't even have to travel. So funny. Wait until I tell you about my pendant that I shouldn't have spent money on, but I did. And that's the way it is. So I don't even care. Okay? I have been all sorts of sorts since I put this necklace on. But I know it's gonna take me a while for my body to acclimate to it. I'm looking for one particular deck. I almost thought about using my Throff Tarot, the vintage deck, and then I was like, no. I was talking to Carter the other day, and he was asking about decks, and I was like, because he's just starting tarot and wants new decks, so it's not in there. So, and I was telling him about our beach deck. Our beach deck. That's the one I'm trying to find right now. The blue one with plug that in. Fuck, man. The blue one with like the medieval no, Spirit says hi. Let me put my slippers on. And yeah, I gotta wear 2 different ones because this one doesn't touch my burn. Which has been hurting. So I gotta peek at it real quick. I feel like the tape creeped up. No, I guess not. Oh, so that's the deck I want to use. Yeah, the beach deck. Oh yeah, Carter was asking, recommend any decks or whatever. I'm like, well, I got a lot of decks. I said, maybe I'll give you one. And then I was like, maybe I'll let you borrow one. Like, I don't know about give you. But I'm like, I don't know what deck. And then this deck occurred to me. I don't know the name of the deck. I can't remember. So I know her do good with this deck. And I was actually surprised too, because I was like, wow. So here's a little word of advice. Oh, I really like that deck too. I gotta take these out. Oh, I really like that deck too. Man. And I really like that deck too. Here it is. But I call this our beach deck because it's the one I take to the beach. This one. I'm gonna use this one. But I was like kind of advising him. I was trying to tell him, don't listen to like what the packages say. This moon is angry. And to cleanse this. For those who buy tarot, for those who buy the tarot cards, if it says for like advanced readers or yada yada yada, like don't worry about that. Get them anyway. Because I did that without even realizing I did that when I bought that deck, and it was only like the 4th deck I ever bought. Quite's gonna be real slow tonight. Hi. I don't know, like 3rd or 4th deck I ever bought. And then when I got home, I noticed it said advanced readers. Just warning you again, I'm going to be slow tonight. And So if you're ever buying cards, don't worry about what it says. Beginners, advanced, expert readers. It's no such thing. If you pull to the deck, get the damn deck. That's the advice I'm going to give you. So I was hoping. See the flowers a little bit? I almost didn't even come on YouTube. This has been my energy since I put this pendant on. Which is funny because we were just talking about Casper the other day. Max, you want out? And Casper is a piece of ivory I have. A pendant. Which I've never shown you guys because it's just not for show. I don't know how to explain it. I think literally my mom, only maybe 3 people have ever seen it. And I might have shown you guys once, I'm not sure. When I wear that, it takes me into a whole new world, a past life, that type of stuff. So it's real hard for me to connect with that one because it wants me to connect. And I know the person who made it, he made it for his daughter or his wife that was dying of cancer or something, some awful disease way back when. So I stopped even leaving it near my bed. But for those who know the story, it's funny because I just told you this story the other day, so not a coincidence. Those who know the story know that I went into a jewelry store, a random jewelry store, and purchased it for $600, not even knowing if it was real ivory or not. It didn't matter. It was just the way it made me feel. And I just grabbed it. This was years and years and years ago. Actually, not that many years ago. I wasn't married. I've been divorced for 5 years? I don't know. So anywho, I go in this store today. Kind of the same story. I go in the store, and I've never been into this jewelry store either. And I only went into this store because I was getting my mom a gift certificate because I was going to go to a different jeweler's. And I said something to my sister, and she's like, oh, she doesn't go to that jeweler's anymore. The jeweler pissed her off. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, the jeweler pissed off. I was like, oh, all right. She was going there for a really long time. She goes to this new one. So I said, all right. Punched it in, did all that on GPS or whatever. And there's this big display of estate sale jewelry. Now, Casper was from an estate sale too. So I was like, this isn't a coincidence. So I'm looking and I'm looking. And it's like the whole wall. And I'm going back and forth. It's not that big of a place. And the woman was fucking hawking me too. It was very weird. She was up my ass. She was way too close. There was no 6 feet rule. It didn't even exist in her head. And trust me, I don't need the 6 feet rule. But this is hawking. And I'm just, you know how you watch the videos of I'm picking. You watch the videos of jewelers and people steal things and blah, blah. I didn't think by any means she thought I was a thief. But she was just real close. She didn't even say, if you need me, I'll be over here, or, I'm here to assist you. I'll just be right behind you, or, which I didn't really, think it was a big deal, but it was just a little weird, guys. She was real close to me, which there's no story behind that. It was just weird. I don't think she thought I was a thief. I don't fucking know. But all this stuff's not cased in either. So which is strange because I was looking at a ring that was like close to like $900. That shit should be like behind something. So maybe that makes sense. Maybe that was like her little section of the jewelry store. You know what I mean? So I guess maybe that does make sense. So anywho, back and forth, back and forth. Keep going back over to the same section. And I can already feel the vibe, the energy, certain stuff. And it was like a wall of like religion. I saw like Mother Mary, what a beautiful pendant she was on. She was like on a stone, absolutely gorgeous. I saw this heart-shaped necklace that was like ruby diamonds. The only thing that actually wasn't religious over there, but kind of had a religious setting, actually. All sorts of like just religious. And then I'm like going back and forth, keep getting pulled over there. So anyway, I pick up this thing. I shouldn't even say it like that. So I pick up this pendant. And I'm like, can I hold that? Like, can I just grab it? And she's like, yeah, go ahead. And so I picked it up and I was like, well, do you know which like goddess this is or whatever? Like, and then she was telling me she thought it was so and so, and then she looked it up from the estate sale and it was Nefertiti, sorry. And I don't know much about her at all. I know I've heard of the name, but I knew nothing about her. I just knew I had to have it. So you know what I literally did once again? I was like, okay. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get this. And she's like, well, we don't quite know the price yet. And da 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 da. She's like, this is what we have it, but I think we're tagging it at something else, like 25% off or whatever. So she's like, I'm gonna go find out and I'll give you like a little bit of the history of it. She's like, just so you know, it's from an estate sale. I was like, no, I know, I see the sign, So she's like, okay, as long as you know. And I was like, all right. So I literally went to the car, me and my damn pendulum. Oh, that's funny. Me and my damn pendulum. And like, all I did was grab it up and the thing like started like crazy. And I was like, yeah, I'm assuming you want me to get it. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I sure. Like, yeah. So I'm like, oh, you sure? I know nothing about this queen. Nothing, So I went back in. And welcome. This is just the beginning of the story, how I came across this pendant today. So I walked back in and I'm like, yeah, that's like, I'll grab it. That's fine. And then I said, can I have a gift certificate for $150? She's like, oh, well, I'm new at that. Blah, blah, blah. That doesn't matter. So anywho, I get out, I put it on. I get in the car, I put it on, but I knew instantly, like, I first put it around my neck to like try it on. And I was like, oh man, like that needs to be cleansed. I'm like, I know that's not the silver. You know how I am with jewelry around my neck or anything, anywhere on my body, with energy. And so I've been like slow-mo all day for sure. It was kind of like, reminds me of like I said, when I wore Casper for a while. So coming home, doing my research, long story short, I got pages and pages. Like, I'm just like intrigued. Like, I knew who she was, but I didn't know who she was. I knew she was like a queen. I know she was like right up there with like Cleopatra and stuff. You know what I mean? But I did not know any history behind her. So I put it on the, can you even see that good? I don't think you can in this camera. I did put it on I can't even. So that's it. And shows like certain symbols behind her that you can't really see, but I did put it on the community page. So Court was just talking about Katy Perry a couple weeks ago. Her video is Egyptian themed. Yeah, I was talking about Katy Perry a couple of weeks ago. Oh my gosh, so I love it. So this is the history of it. And of course, it's from an estate sale. What are the chances of this happening to me every time I go into the jewelers and I find a pendant like this? And I'm like, it was a given that I was going to get it. You know, I probably paid a little too much for it, but it's okay. Definitely got the goosebumps, but it was a given. Okay. So it's like 57 years old. It was made in Israel. I don't know the maker's name. Kind of like one of a kind. He used to do different pieces of like jewelry. I'll be the second owner. I know she cherished it. I don't know the exact history. Besides that, that's all I know. It came from an estate sale. So it's 57 years old. So she tells me what queen it is or whatever. And she's like, well, do you even know anything about the queen? And I'm like, no, just gonna get it. and trust me, that's why I went into the car to ask the pendulum. Cause I'm like, you don't just buy things like this and not really have, like, what if she was awful? But like, you know what I mean? So, but it was the same exact feeling with Casper when I kept walking and I didn't even see Casper. And I was like, do you have an elephant in here? And they were just blown away. And it was another reason why they sold it to me, because they didn't want to. It wasn't even supposed to be for sale at all. They could have lost their entire business if I turned around and said, this place just sold me ivory, right? So it was, like I said, it was meant for me to have. This meant for me to have. And I know that because I'm now putting things together that have gone through my head in the last 2 weeks. One of the decks that I bought that I'm still waiting on, because I forgot I bought the runic tarot. That's not even the one I thought I didn't even know I bought that. And I bought Egyptian tarot 3 days ago, which I should have maybe by like next week. And I love stuff with like different centuries and different stuff. Anyhow. And I just had the dream. Remember, I just had the dream 2 weeks. What was it? Not even 2 weeks ago. I was like a falcon. I was just like flying through the tombs. Do you guys remember me telling you the dreams? And I was like a little kid. I felt like Stuart Little for some reason. Like I was just like, and the mom was telling me to slow down, and I was just like, it was insane. All these dreams of like Egyptian shit. So it just, I know when something's like meant for me, you know? And I was like, oh man, it's one of these scenarios again. So I was a little panicked because I was like, it's going to be energy like Casper. And it is. I'm slow right now. I'm definitely slow. It's like opening my throat chakra and stuff. And my throat chakra is always open. But it's way more than that. So I'm doing it. But she was also known as like a high priestess, right? So this is just like the basic research I'm doing. Because like I said, I didn't know anything about her. Right. So I know she was 15 when she married. Supposedly the story before her, she was married to, I don't know his name, but it was like another king. He had died. And then this one was arranged. How do you say his name? I'm looking right at it and I'm not. That's how much I'm spacing it right now. I just knew it a half hour ago. I literally Akhenaten. Yeah, that's what it. Yeah, Akhenaten. I don't know why I just had to look at it like that. So he was one of the pharaohs. Okay. Um, he started ruling when he was young. I think he was 17. She was 15. So all I know is that they ended up having. I know a lot, right? But I didn't know like to the extent like I'm like my mind is like boggled right now. I've just been like researching it for like hours. Um, I know she had 6 children. But I mean, this was like a so yeah. So it's pulling me to that, but I didn't even write anything down about that. I don't know, guys, but Nefertiti then married Akahad, Akan Akhenaten or something. I don't know, 1370, 18th century. Okay. It was a thousand years after the construction of the pyramids and 1,000 years before Cleopatra. Cleopatra was the last ruling considered to be like a pharaoh. Um, but these two were like known as like equality, like this king and queen. Like, so basically, it was insane. So he decided he was going to like rule his own like little kingdom and he was going to come in and he'd planned this for like 6 years and 8 years before he went in. He decided to like do all this whole kingdom and come out and basically it was they were kind of known as the religion revolution. Okay. And they created like their own god and their god was the sun. Arden, right? Yeah, Arden. Aten. I keep hearing these names in my head. Aten. There's like 3 different names for him, but it's like Aten, which is the sun. Okay. So basically, he wanted to look at the sky and he was like, that's my God. That's you guys' God. You know, it's the warmth, it's light, it's the happiness, this and that. There's one God. So he came in and basically took away all the other religions. He was like, you can't worship them. Like he banned it from like the priest, like all that stuff. And she was kind of like, uh, they considered her actually even like a co-ruler. She was like the most powerful queen of Egypt of like her time. So when they found their kingdom, he knew he needed to have like this new kingdom and build this massive city. So that's what he did. He built this massive city, and the way they found the city is that where the sun rised in between 2 mountains, that's where they went and they built the city. And it was just like a beautiful city. They brought people in to help build the city and it was up and temples and all this stuff, but they were just they were just power because it was like a new religion and the religion then was all about power and it was linked to the government, so they had a lot of pull, you know. So eventually they were even known as like the triad, yeah, the high priestess, the high priest, and the god. Okay. So a lot of you probably know this story. I do not. This was all new to me. Um I knew more about like Cleopatra and certain things and more like Isis and other stuff like the goddesses of Venus, and I got more into like that stuff, you know. Um but she was actually known. I think her name was, well, she had different names, but it stood for "The Beautiful Woman Has Come." He had a cool one too, had to do with the sun. But she was like a pharaoh and like a co-ruler. Like she was seen wearing like crowns, and only pharaohs would wear them, and they worked really, really good together. And then when he passed away, um, she took over, as co-ruler, and she was the first woman to even do that. Um, all I know is that history is not really sure if it's King Tut's mother or not, a stepmother. Spirit's definitely telling me it was like the mother, which is weird because it's like archaeology, that stuff, knowledge and sciences, and all the people that, you know. So I got this all ass backwards, but I know like when he died, she was going to remarry and people were not happy. And I believe they assassinated him. And then she disappeared with like some of her children. And it was like she was just like written off like the face of the earth. But before she disappeared and was going to marry someone else, she ruled for a little while, and she brought back the religion. She brought back the gods. So at some point, even though they say they were like the power king and queen because they work so well together, and they were like equals, like they're the only ones like with the Egyptian royals and the scriptures and the art and the hieroglyphics and all that, where like the king and queen are like they're always like side by side. They were really in love. They loved each other. But at some point, if she decided when he died to bring back the gods and the other religions, at some point she probably didn't agree with them to just have one god, right? Arden, which was the sun. But from watching a lot of stuff from like history and stuff, I know it's kind of like that's your husband. You gotta have his back no matter what, like off with your head, certain centuries. You know what I mean? So, but there's so much I learned like in between. But she was really known for like her beauty too, like how Cleopatra was known for her like beauty too. But she really was, because she was the first one with like the art and the statues and stuff like that. They gave her wider hips, fuller lips, breasts. You know what I mean? She was full, and men were like attracted to that. Um, so that's when they came in and started changing like the statues and stuff. Um, but at one point, I think in the story, they thought he had Morphin syndrome, which made him a little taller and like with the jaw and stuff. So they weren't sure if that's why like the statues were like so prominent, but it was just the way they started, their culture started like doing art. There was so much more. It was just fascinating. Um, so behind her is Arden, which is the sun, and it's like the hands raised. Well, the rays of the sun are the arms, and then at the end of the arms are the hands, which is like the depiction you see in like the ancient archaeology. Um, I thought it was just like a little design. I had no idea. Um, yeah, so it is Nefertiti. The the thing about that left eye, there's theories behind it. She did have the left eye, but she was drawn and sculptured and certain stuff with no left eye because they say the artist, the painters fell in love with her with the smell of her hair and certain stuff. There was like all this stuff, and she wasn't going to leave her husband or have an affair, right? So he drew her without one left eye, and it was because she never saw the beauty or he never saw the love that he had for her. Like it's like a love story too. It's just there was so much I just was like learned like all at like one time. There's so much more. I wrote down just the basics. I didn't even know she was known as like a high priestess either. Um, and the fertility goddess, right? Like the temples he built didn't have roofs, so the sun could come in, everybody could wake up, and they just wanted one god. They didn't want a whole bunch of other gods. So I thought that that was a little messed up. And then you're gonna go take away all the other religions. Like there was not like I didn't agree with like everything, but it was just insane. They were just at like the height of so much. They just came in and just took control, and they were the height of like everything right then. And like he just created, and it became his reality, and it was just it's so interesting. Um, it's so interesting. And then I started picking up on stuff. Like you used to ride around in a golden chariot. Like certain I started like really picking up on stuff, and she was also known as like the best queen, the most beloved, just like certain stuff, but she is really one of the only queens that you're seeing family settings for like the hieroglyphics and stuff like that. Um she was also known as an influencer, like all this stuff, right? Um in the end, we no one knows how she like disappeared, but she did try to marry another king that wasn't within the bloodline. And that was a big no-no because they kept it was real common for brothers and sisters and everyone to sleep together and marry each other and yada yada yada. The symbol of the Thoth spoke of this last week. I didn't know that, but it pulled me to the Thoth tarot too. Because do you know? I just did the history. This is crazy. Do you know the sun card? Do you know that's Arden? It's based because tarot comes from ancient Egypt. So the sun, guys, the sun card is Arden. It is a god. I did not know that. That's why I'm saying, like, ever since I put this on like my chest, I'm definitely like slow-mo, but the stuff, like, I'm just like blown away. And one of the decks I have that's coming in is one of the decks from like the early like 14th century, or it's like the art from like stuff. I'm just bouncing back and forth, and I'm like, wait, isn't that the deck I just got? And I just so happened to buy that Egyptian tarot last week too, and I didn't even think anything of it. And the only reason why I got it is because of the dream. So I wasn't even going to use it for you guys. But it's like all these coincidences. You know what I mean? It's like not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that I purchased this at an estate sale, just the same way I got Casper and got the same exact feeling. Right. So I'm just like, I can't figure it out yet. I'm not like really trying to figure it out. I just know it's a big deal. And then in my dream, just flying around, whipping through tombs and shit. But I know it's like sacred, lands and certain stuff like, but I never really got into like the Egyptian history. Like I always found it like fantasizing, and I always kind of went back and forth with like certain stuff, and I don't even know why they got rid of the other 4 religions, which were great religions. I think he just wanted one God. That's, like, the one thing I didn't, like, really agree with. But after their deaths, a lot of people still that is their God. Yeah, the Ra. It's Ra, yeah. So, there's a lot of stuff, like, I knew of her name and certain stuff, but, like, not the exact, like, history. So, I was more shocked that I was like, "Alright, I'll grab it," and I knew nothing about her. I just asked Spirit, and they were like, "Yeah, like, just get it," you know? Um, so now I'm back to slow-mo again, see? Certain things are meant for certain people. I don't know why it's taken me back way down. I don't know why it's taken me way back. I feel like it's taken me my roots somehow, some way, somehow. You know what I mean? So, the roots of tarot, you know? So, uh, Persephone is coming to me right now too, but that's like another god. That's another goddess. So, I don't know how the two of them are linked. Um, I don't think there's any linkage, is there? Beside like the goddesses? Like, what does Nefertiti and Persephone have in common? I just said that wrong. I knew it was going to take Stephanie. What is it? PHO Persephone? Thank you. Why did I just get pulled to her? Oh, wait. Akhenaten and Anna forms. There are form of many gods that form one, which was like the triad I was talking about. It's not really telling me though. It's bringing me right to Nefertiti is a sensual goddess, represented powerful, independent figure. What does she have to do with Nephis? Nephis? Does anybody else know? It's not coming up. It's just bringing me to. I said, what are the two of them, Persephone and her, have in common? And it's what does Nefertiti and Persephone have in common? It's just bringing me back to the same gods. Who married Hades? Persephone, though, right? That's like you, Courtney, huh? She married the god of the underground, Hades, right? But like, what did the two of them have in common? Where the fuck why did Persephone just come in? Because we weren't even really talking about the Greek goddesses. I mean, I did mention Isis. I don't know. I know I feel like I've had like definitely a past life in the Egyptian life too, for sure. But it's been coming to me a lot lately with like dreams and certain stuff. Just happened to get the deck and I had no idea Arden was the sun in the tarot deck. But it was like when I started like reading too, I'm like, wow, this chick sounds a little like me. I'm not gonna lie, this chick sounds a little like me. It makes sense that I'd fucking rock her around my neck. First one's got the wide hips and the breasts and the bigger lips and the way she was like presented and very seductive, fertility goddess. And I told you, I thought I was pregnant. I'm like, what is this? Like, what is going on? You know? So I know they're trying to tell me something. So I don't know. It does make me laugh. And I know I'm like high priestess energy, right? But it still fucking makes me laugh. But I don't know why Persephone is coming in right now. It's weird. And it's not, they're not telling me that they're not putting them together. So why did I even bring up Isis? I don't fucking know. And it told the whole missing left eye. Spirit saying she did not have a missing left eye. The only reason why her missing left eye is because of
That's his little whining problem because you won't let him in.
the artist. I almost said Persephone wouldn't. What the fuck are the two of them right now? Right. What are we talking about? Nefertiti and Persephone. Nefertiti, and oh, the left eye. Yeah, Spirit was saying that she still had the left eye. People just thought that they were behind it. She actually didn't have her left eye because that's the way the artist portrayed her, but because the artist was in love with her. And it was to represent that, like, love is blind, that she didn't see the love he had for her. It was stuff like that. So Spirit saying she had a left eye. But again, guys, this is, 1300 BC. It's just what we see in history and the hieroglyphics and the art and the tombs and the sculptures and then she just disappeared. And then we don't know what happened to our other three daughters. I know two of them were lost with the plague and then something else, but I can't remember that part either. But they were equal, and everyone knew that the two of them were equal. And the story behind that, like, nobody could marry his daughters unless they could, like, say his name or spell their names. There was so much that in the last couple hours that I read, it was just a lot to absorb. And she was known to have like 4 names. Ooh, look at this. And now I'm scrolling down. Persephone complex. What the frick is that? Post-feminist. And there's so many stories, whether she was the mother, King Tut's mother, or stepmother. But Spirit's saying she was the mother. And I don't know much of the history, right? But if she was the mother, why would they hide her son? Like, because by the time he would have had the son, he was like beloved by the kingdom at that point. You know what I mean? So why would they hide it? Like, that's the part, like, that doesn't really make much sense to me if she was actually the mother. Oh, they were? Oh, so there is a link like that. All right, I'll have to look into that. It's funny you said that because I brought Isis up for no reason, too. She also has a tarot deck. Well, the images are after her, but I didn't get that one. Um, yeah, it's weird because that came to me out of nowhere. I don't even know why that came in. Um, so, um, what was the difference between Nefertiti and Nefertari? Nefertari was the queen with the famous Maryland. Oh, she's the one that looks like Angelina Jolie. Really? That's what they gave us for history on that? Nefertiti, 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 and I'm always calling her like a different name in my head. And it's actually like the one when I watched one particular video and I got the goosebumps and I forget like her before she became queen. It was something that ended with an N, and then her birth name was a little different. It was like she had 4 different names, and the name that you hear me keep saying, I think, was not her birth name, but it could have been her second name, and it keeps throwing me off. I got the goosebumps, so it's probably the second. She's known to be the most powerful woman to have ruled. The husband went to great lengths to display her as an equal with her husband, established the cult of Aten, which is the sun god, promoted his Egyptian artwork as radically different than all the other predecessors. I don't know, but again, not a coincidence that she's not around my neck. I just don't know why. I just don't know why. And I love all sorts of different like art and jewelry, and I don't have Egyptian jewelry. Like the furthest I've gone back is like Roman century. I'm starting to think now, like I wonder that was Roman. Shit, is that Egyptian jewelry I actually have? Is that little piece of jewelry that I want to bring to the museum that I've showed you guys, is that actually Egyptian? I don't think so. I think it was Roman. It might actually be Egyptian now. Maybe I think a lot of people's roots start. I feel like I have a really old soul, and it feels really weird saying that. It's like how many times, how like thousands and thousands of years. Like, do I like when I keep getting reincarnated? Like, isn't my soul tired? Like, it's gotta be tired as fuck. But I do, now that I'm doing all this research, I know it sounds so weird to come out of my mouth, but I got a lot of fucking things in common with this lady, with this queen, this influencer. I don't fucking know, guys. I'm more curious about my jewelry now. Do you guys remember the little... I wish I knew where it was. It's in one of these bins. Do you remember that one little piece of jewelry? All you guys have been with me for a long time. Do you remember that? No, I thought that's Roman though. That's Roman Catholic. That might actually be Egyptian. Now that I think about it. No, not that I think about it. Because I really thought it was Roman, but it could have been wrong. I don't know. I gotta bring it to the museum though. The other piece of jewelry I'm talking about, or this one, the one I just purchased. This is the one I just purchased. I don't know if you can relate. That's silver. I put it up on the community page. But keep in mind that Persephone follows you in every lifetime. Yeah, something follows you in every lifetime. Do you guys remember the ones that have been here for a really long time? Remember the glass art I have? And I always thought it was Roman era. We're talking about Nefertiti right now. Well, I did. Oh no. We were talking about what they had in common, but no, this is, yeah, Nefertiti. You remember it? Didn't it look more Roman though? But now I'm wondering, I don't know. It's in one of my bins tucked away. Yeah, it's definitely in one of my bins. Persephone keeps coming to me too, though. No, she's the queen of the underworld. I know, I've said this to you before, though, guys. I know I can work with the goddess energy of Venus. I just don't know how. And now I'm wearing another thing of a goddess. I don't know, guys. I don't even know how to even comprehend any of that. Queen of Hades, but also on the surface of the earth, the human life dance. Persephone, a Roman name, it says, regardless of altered Greek, native, similar to Greek, demoting the goddess assisted. Two goddesses trans Persephone afterwards. She was known in the Roman world. So, see, it pulled me to Roman. I don't know if it had to do with that little symbol, but I want to say I don't know. I can't keep doing this. Yeah, but the little thing. Now that I think about it, Goddess of Spring. Well, I know Nefertiti it's like the goddess of winter and fall. It's funny, I get it a day after winter solstice. And a lot of the gods that we're talking about right now too are like underground. But I always told you, I love that power. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit, the dark don't faze me. Come be my friend. I'll hold your hand. I think it's in one of these bins. I have to get it to a museum. Might be in one of these two bins. I'm not looking in any other ones except for these two. I'm gonna go shower. Okay, Sarah. Sure can. Hey guys. Ew, look albino on this. You see how white I look? Hey guys. Hey. She's on live. Hey guys. Is that mom enough? Hey. So ready for Santa. So ready. Yeah. Hola. Underneath the mistletoe last night. I don't think it's that one. Talk on one second. I gotta look again. Oh, I don't know. Not sure. Thanks. What's on your wish list? What's in this bin? I don't know. I got like everything on my list. Alright, officially done bin searching. She's done bin searching. I just went through
And
1,
yes.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? That's 4, 5, 6. Alright, it's not in here. Okay, bye guys. Seriously?
Merry Christmas to y'all.
Don't take forever in the shower.
I know.
I was thinking, I'm like, maybe I have it out, but I don't. Alright, I just looked and look at that's over near Sheldon's bedding. Now I got his brown bedding all over me. Now I'm gonna smell like fucking oh, it doesn't smell bad at all. It's not dust, it's not shavings, it's like coconut something. No, it's not the coconut. It doesn't even fucking matter. I was like, I'm only looking in 2 bins. I looked in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I peeked in 7 and 8. See that in the garage or the other closet? I'm not doing that now. So I am gonna go through my bins in the hallway in a couple of days because I'm looking for my still looking for my astrology book and my numerology, my life path. I've been really wanting to find that. Best $100 I ever spent. So anywho, yeah, I did not find it, but it's really cool. I really want to say it's Roman though, because it's like amber glass. It's not glass, but it's like it's amber, and it's like they sketch with the tools they used, the woman's face or the guy's face, and they would give that's how they had photos. So I know it's really old. So it's nice that it was gifted to me, but I definitely feel like it belongs in a museum. I really feel like that piece was given to me too as like a golden ticket. But I hate looking at things like that because it's so much more, it's a cameo. Yeah, it's so much more sentimental to me. It's like having a winning lottery ticket but doing nothing with it. But I love that it has history behind it. I just can't remember. It's like I got gifted a couple special things like that, and I just can't remember if that was one of the things that where someone said you can do whatever you want with it. Sell it, keep it, do this. But like made it real clear. Like you can do whatever you want with this. It's up to you type thing. You know what I mean? But I could have sworn I got gifted one thing and they're like, that's yours. Don't give it away. Don't do something. But I don't know. And this was gifted by someone that was close to me, but in and out of my life quick. Like he was like a gatekeeper. Came in, got me on my feet, put me on a spiritual path. And then he just disappeared. That's what they do. Catalyst. Half the art that he had should have been in a freaking museum. I'll never meet anyone like that again in my entire life. I was very fortunate to come across him. But again, it's not a coincidence, guys. When you go on a spiritual path and you're meant for certain stuff, certain people will cross your path. It's a matter of how you act on it, what you do, the work you put in. And I do. Sometimes I feel like I missed something, you know? Or it's just not my time yet. I don't know. I know it's in this lifetime, but what if I missed something and it just like skated by me? Skew. You know? Because that can be a thing. I would think that could be a thing. You know, what's meant for you is meant for you. But if you don't, it's like free will. If you don't choose to go after, or you don't choose to go down that path, or you don't choose to yada yada, it's no longer up for grabs. And that really is truly my philosophy. Even if you come into this life with a purpose, and truly to me, I don't want to confuse anybody, because after all the time with this, and that, and I've realized like certain stuff, at the end of the day, your happiness will bring you your purpose. So it's not really something you need to worry about, but which makes sense because this is where I found my happiness, my passion, all that, you know. But I really do feel like that, like free will cards. Like, oh, new opportunity, this and that, yada, yada, yada. But like what I mean by like, I feel like it could have just passed me by. Like, could have been my time like a year ago with like certain stuff, or I could have done this. I could have went in that direction. I should have did the cards. I should have wrote the book. I should have did this. You know what I mean? Like your time can come and go. There's a window. There's voids. Shit don't wait around forever, guys. It's not how it works, regardless, meant to be or not. Again, just my philosophy. I'm a pretty smart fucking cookie. Yeah, she was the goddess of winter and fall. Persephone and Hades in the underground, the winter and earth begins. The link with Persephone comes back to earth. It's spring again. Okay, so maybe that's what it is. Because I know Nefertiti does winter and fall. So I love that only the second owner, and this will definitely go to my children. This one, now I have two things that I got from an estate sale. Not a coincidence. And the energy that I feel and I get pulled, it pulls me right back. She's like, what do you see over there? I'm like, I don't know. There's so much religious shit on this one like showcase. It's like overwhelming. I almost got Mother Mary. It was absolutely beautiful. But guys, I went in there for a gift certificate for Christmas. It was bad enough I spent more money on myself than I actually did for the gift certificate. So teamwork makes the dream work. And with Casper, with the ivory, and the guy made it, ivory wasn't even like illegal. That goes way, 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 way back. And the elephant was already dead. It's probably why I have a link to elephants, to be honest with you. But it scares me to wear that sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, I got goosebumps. And now this is giving me the same type of energy, except it's not as scary. But the energy is a lot, and it's gonna take a while for my body to acclimate to it. I know it will. I'm hoping just not too long. I'm hoping every day gets a little easier to wear it. Like I can feel the energy around me when I wear it. I feel like I have like an aura in front of me pulsing. It's hard to explain. Can't wait for court to read the energy around us now, knowing the goddesses. The theme, right? Let's hope so. But yeah, but like, I don't know with this deck. Maybe I want a different deck because I pulled out the beach deck. But it makes sense. Remember on Patreon too, was it the High Priestess that kept coming out? And there was a couple pretty important reads too. It was the High Priestess. Oh, remember? Yeah, it was the High Priestess energy, and the change is coming. And yet, remember, it was like within like the last month. Whereas like new beginnings, we were talking about all sorts of stuff. Do you guys remember that read? It was pretty powerful. So maybe that energy is starting to roll around for us. I don't know. Or it's just kicking in. Yeah, this came from Israel, which is right next door to Egypt. I don't know where Casper came from. Where the elephants are. And I feel like it's probably more of like an African elephant more than Thailand. Max, help me with my other my Thailandian, which is not even a word. My Thailandian elephants. Spacing it. So disappointed in myself. Asian elephant. It's weird that I got pulled to the Indonesian. What is with my language today? There was beads today, and I think the last time we talked about Indonesia is when I predicted the tsunami. You want to know, this is how it started. I got this jug, right? We have like a Yankee swap. And I left it in the car, and I probably shouldn't have because it's cold. Looks like an old-fashioned jug. It's like so cool. You can put a plant in it or something. So my gift idea was to put like shot glasses or shots and gift cards and just put a whole bunch of stuff in this cool pot. But people are going to see this pot instantly, and they're going to be like, got that. Originally, I wanted to put these beads, the wooden beads, in the pot. And then I'm like, people are going to be like, what the fuck, Court? Like, really? Like, this is family. They're not into, like, certain stuff, right? So I'm like, all right, well, I guess I can't do that. So I'll put in some, like, shots or something, you know? But I still bought the pot. But I wanted to put these in the pot. And I'm like, I can't do that. And it's ironic. I got they're from Indonesia. And I don't know where my cool little teapot's from. Now I'm questioning whether or not it was Indonesia. Yeah, it is Indonesia. Indonesia beads. Which is strange because I don't have beads like this, I don't tend to collect things like that, or I just feel like they belonged in the pot. I can't explain it. Bring the beauty of Indonesia into your home, yada, yada, yada. The country is rich with flora, boosting abundant species of birds. Diversity, coral reefs, plenty of large species, elephants, tigers, leopards. Welcome to Indonesia. Handcrafted and made in Indonesia. I don't know why I felt like they really needed to be in the pot. Now I'm questioning whether or not I keep the pot and put the beads in the pot. Shit, I think that was actually a message for me. That makes sense now, right? Because I love this pot. And I know everybody else is going to look at it and be like, what the fuck, Court? So is it like a spiritual significance to put beads in a pot? Because now I'm thinking I need to keep the pot and put the fucking beads in the pot. Doesn't that seem a little weird to you? Is it a cultural thing to put beads in a pot? Let me get rid of my Wi-Fi. Hair beads, cultural, no. For example, cultural association. Beads are used to mark family status, occasions, passage of girls' puberty. Here we go again with fucking fertility. Importance of beads in Africa, African culture. I want to do Indonesian culture. What are the beads in Indonesia? Why would they put, is it like a Hinduism thing? Why would they put beads in a pot? Anybody come up with that yet? Yep. Gift yourself the pot and put the beads in it. Yeah, no, apparently I'm going to now, which is really weird because I feel like the beads definitely belong in the pot. And I'm like, I know I can't give that gift to somebody. But I like the beads. So why would I have the beads in the pot? Hold on, let me see if I can find something. What's the significance behind the beads that are made in Indonesia? I wonder if it's like there's significance behind it. Keeps pulling me to African. Mardi Gras. I know that beads have like a significance, but is there significance behind putting beads into a pot? Now I feel like I need to go get this pot for you. India does it. Swear to God, India does it. It's a sacrifice, obviously, from you. So, see, I'm telling you, this is starting to make sense. Like, I really feel strongly. I can't, nothing's coming up for me. How are you wording this? Now I feel like I gotta go get the pot. I must be wording this weird. How'd you put it in? Putting beads in a pot. And this pot is pretty cool looking. Significance of yes, go get the pot so you can see. Now you want to see my pot? It's fucking cold outside. Now I feel like I gotta go get the pot. Beads of Indonesia. I wonder if it has something to do with the tsunami. Not the tsunami, but like the Dutch were the first ones to write about it in 1899. About the beads. I'm not getting much there. Malaysia, Indonesia. That's Philippines, Thailand. We're just talking about my elephants. Oh yeah, because Indonesia. I can't find anything though. They're called Francis beads in Indonesia. Cultural significance. Who's Van der Sleen? He keeps coming in a lot of stuff I'm researching lately, and it's linked to like Roman stuff, Islamic. He's coming in with like tarot stuff too. I really can't find what I'm looking for. How did you word it? I'm so excited. I'm finally moving into a brand new apartment. Oh, awesome, Audrey. Aubrey. Go get it so you're intrigued now. Fuck. Okay. Find me the significance of putting beads in a pot. Now I gotta go outside and get a pot. Where's my key? Oh, I'm sure it's unlocked. Love you. Okay, so you guys can't laugh at me. You guys are not allowed to laugh at me. Okay. Did we come up with anything? This is what you posted on your community page, the pot. What? I posted something on my community page about a pot? No. I was talking about the pendant. It's the texture of this pot. I'm curious to know where this pot was made now. You guys can't laugh at me. I was really ready to give this. No, the teapot. No, I bought a teapot today. I was really ready to give it. I was really about to give it to a grab, a Yankee Swap, and put some cool shit in it. But look at that. Isn't that awesome? Oh, teapot. I didn't pick up on that. We got sidetracked because I bought these beads from the Indonesia beads, which almost reminds me of like the beads that they wear around in church. I don't know what type of beads they are. So anywho, I put this pot up and down, up and down. I put it at an angle. I'm like, I'm like, is it a cool pot? Apparently, it's now my pot. But it's the texture. It is so cool. I don't know if the prayer beads are not. It's so cold. I shouldn't have left it in the car. But that's the pot. And I just wanted to like put some like cool things in it. But do you guys like the pot? I really liked it. I'm not gonna lie. Made in Portugal. Handmade in Portugal. It has the old look to it, but it's the texture. I love it. I can't explain it. It is a little heavy, but it's made in Portugal, so it has nothing to do with Indonesia. But I literally was like putting it on the shelf, and I was like walking away, and I was seeing what it looked like, and these beads, right? I'm like, they belong in the pot, but then no one's gonna want my Yankee swap. They're all gonna know Courtney's the one behind the Yankee swap. It's a fucking given. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I couldn't put the beads back. That was the weird thing. It was the last pair. I'm not into decor like that, but I couldn't put them back. So I'm like, fuck it. I guess I'll have beads. Like that was my philosophy as I'm like shopping for all these other people. I'm like, Court, stop. Yeah, but I swear to you, I couldn't put them back. I really felt like they belonged in the pot. But I don't feel like I want to put the beads in the pot. Because then you won't see the beads. I don't fucking know, guys. But now apparently it's my pot. A pot that was meant for me. A pot. A pot. The beads belong in the pot. I thought about that too, but I just asked in spirit. Like I could wrap them around and it can like kind of look cool. But here we put the beads in the pot. I really feel bad putting beads in the pot. I'm not gonna lie. Here's the beads. But to be honest with you, I don't have decor like this around the house, so.
Where's my purple sweatshirt? Oh, it's Maxine.
Your purple sweatshirt?
The one that I said was on the floor, like where's the laundry basket?
Oh, I need to switch the laundry away. Will you do that for me real quick?
Is my purple sweatshirt in there?
It must be, yeah. We just all your clothes in the dryer right now, then we would take the wash and put it in.
I'm letting you down. Max is in her spot, so now she's sad.
Put the
Don't leave me. Come here.
yeah, grab your oh yeah, all your clothes in the dryer.
What is this?
Beads from Indonesia. I just bought them today.
You doing
It's not a jump rope. Do not break them.
that workout?
Yeah, I didn't think of that either.
Indonesia.
Indonesia. Do you like my pot?
Sure.
You don't care about my pot, do you?
No.
Do you know I was gonna buy
It's
this?
rusty.
It's not rusty. It's the look. I was gonna use this for Yankee Swap and put like nips or shots glasses.
That's
in here.
exactly why I'm not playing Yankee Swap. Then I would have gotten your nips, and then I would have had to give my gift to you. Oh, look at the thing.
All right, love you. Will you
It's
feed,
ugly sweater day tomorrow. Do you have an ugly sweater?
honey? My sweaters wouldn't fit over your boobs.
No, not a sweater. I need like an ugly sweater.
I don't have any ugly sweaters, unless you think any of them are ugly. But no, I know what you're talking about, like an ugly sweater. No, I don't. Yes, no, I don't have anything
Avery
like
got
that.
one that says, the Grinch face. That's supposed to like the bitch face. Because the Grinch is like, and it's just like a trend thing.
All right, all your clothes, before you shut the door, all your clothes in the dryer, then put my clothes, which I believe is where your purple zip up is, into the dryer.
The dry clothes into the white bin.
Yeah, you want to call Max. You want to feed them? You want to give them a little can, not a big one? Ciao.
And Castle too?
Yeah, just put on that one
Castle's
plate.
in here.
Huh?
Castle's in here somewhere.
Just call them. Just say ciao.
I want to hold them.
Ciao.
You want flip? You want flip? Cool.
All right.
Okay.
It's a whole lot.
Yeah.
Bye. Whole lot going on. That was just very overwhelming. Even though it wasn't overwhelming. All right, I guess the beads belong in the pot. So beads are going in the pot. I feel bad putting the beads in the pot. I mean, I don't rock things like this around my house. I really feel bad putting the beads in the pot. I feel like I'm looking down a well. I feel bad putting the beads in the pot. What, babe?
Plates on here?
Huh?
Plates?
No. Just use the one from this morning. There's a paper plate, right?
Was it the big one or the small one?
Well, both of them were from this morning, so just as long as it's a paper plate. All right, I'm putting the beads in the pot. Beads are in the pot. Where are we gonna put the pot? Oh my gosh, there's no water in my roses right now. I cannot believe it sucked down all that water. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, beads are in the pot. I don't know why the beads are in the pot. I felt bad putting the beads in the pot. I'm not gonna lie. Do we know why I put beads in the pot? Did anybody find that? Yeah, I feel like they definitely belong in the pot too. The tassels hanging out. I don't know. The pot can't stay there. Nothing is meshing right now. But tassels hanging out? That looks funny. It reminds me of the top of the Roman helmets where they would have the hair coming out of the top of the Roman helmet. Yeah, you think the top tassel should stay out? I don't know about all that. Yeah? All right, I'll figure it out. Putting the beads in the pot means you know what. What's that mean? I don't know, Sarah. The pot could be the womb. Right? Perfect planter hanger. Yeah, my mom just bought one. Really cool with the beads. 108 beads, secret symbolization. Symbolizes spiritual completion. Becoming a guru. Ooh. Think it's got 108 beads. It's funny because as you're saying that, it's like this is saying congratulations. Congratulations to what? I'm pregnant? Well, I completed the cycle of being a guru. Which one? Which one? Can I be both? Can I be a pregnant guru? What am I gonna do? 108 beads, sacred symbolization, spiritual completion of being on a guru completed cycle. People always call me the love guru. Didn't ask for it. Should I count the beads? Oh my God, it's weird. I really do feel like I couldn't leave the beads. It doesn't say in any of the tags how many beads or what it symbolizes. Let's count the beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 53, 56, 59, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 70, 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 70, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That'd be 100, right? Am I at 100? What the fuck am I at? 1, 2. I think there's 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I think there's 122. Now I'm going to do it one more time and try not to get confused. I'm going to... Fuck what? $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $70, $80, $90, $100, $110, $120. Now I got 123. 1, 2, 3. So what's the significance of 123 beads? What's the significance with 123 beads? 123 beats per minute. No, I want beads. Why am I struggling finding anything right now? What word would I use besides significance? What's the significance between 120 and... What's the significance with 123 beads? What's Yoruba at? What's that? According to the ancient traditions of Yoruba people, strands of beads were regarded as emblems of the gods. As such, a ruler wears beaded crown with a veil attached to it, with the most effective signs of their kinship. Ooh. Okay, so Yoruba, Yoruba, so it has to do with the gods. Here we go, and I got a god wrapped around my thing. See, again, not a coincidence that I needed these beads. What the fuck? But what is Yoruba? The beaded cone-shaped crown with the long fringed beads covers the wearer's face, the most important symbol. What is this Yoruba culture? Yoruba beads, traditional beads, religion, language. Nigerian. But see, this is different. Their beads are different. There's no tassel. So let's try 123 beads with tassel. What's the meaning of 123 beads with tassels? Is it a mala bead? Mala beads are commonly finished with a tassel and made from silk or cotton. The tassel represents the connection to spirit. The only beautiful tassels are not only beautiful and meaningful, they also have a secondary purpose with diffusing certain energies. What are guru beads? Guru mala jewelry. Guru beads featuring the string holes similar to the tower bead. Well, they're from Indonesia, guys. So why can't I find anything? But it has to do with the Hindu or Buddhist. See, I got goosebumps with that. See, because those were the two religions that Akhenaten took away, along with Islamic and something else. What's 123 beads from Indonesia? How do you spell that? Oh, from Indonesia. Well, that just popped right up. Balik arts of Indonesia. When you find the bands of cultures of the Mediterranean. I was just supposed to go to Mediterranean food tonight. Wholesome Indonesian beads. Tabish. Indonesian tabish. Tash. Indonesian TASBIN. Indonesian Zak blue beads are amber. Myla rosary blue pendant. So I think they're Tashbish, TASBIH. It's like a rosary. Let me put in black beads. What's the meaning of black beads? Face adversity, hold on to hope, stay positive in positive times. All right, black beads used for onyx, centuries, spiritual, metaphysical, magical, Greeks, Romans, divination. But this is a black wood rose, handcrafted, dyed black wood rosary, Indonesia. So this has got to be what it is. It's probably an Indonesian tashbish. So how do I look that up? So we have an Indonesian tashbish. Tashbish. Meaning of Indonesian tashbish. It's Hindu or Islam or Mala. I don't know what that is. These are all the things that were taken though. It's kind of like a rosary I'm getting. Like a what are you guys finding? Mala beads have 108. Yeah, this has 123. When I started watching 2 years ago, I received me the day was not. Well, it's not Muslims because that's 33, 66, or 99. All I know it has to do with like a god. So it must be. Oh, they almost look like this, like seed beads. Because they do look like seed beads. Hi, Max. All right, I've had enough of this. I mean, technically, I can usually Google anything and stuff comes up like so easy for me, and this is like a struggle bus. Doesn't really make much sense. But mala beads are always one of it. Yeah, they're not mala. It's pulling me back to that Indonesian page again that I can't. It's so little I can't even. Yeah, but this is this. Yeah, these are the beads. There's a whole thing on it, but it's like it's so little. So I'm really gonna have to like look on the computer or something. Like there's so much history behind it and why, and like there's certain dimensions and 3C beads in between, and then it's like odd. There's like 5, and then there's 4, and there's 3, and there's 2, and then there's 1. So it's like the way they're putting it in. Some of it even could be like it's not lava, but like it's just cultural traits, goods, people. Beads are organic material. Full documentation. It's like the beads. It's from the like it comes from like where they like worship or whatever, right? Java and Sumat. Is that the? Yeah, I think that's Hinduism. I don't think that's Buddhism. Well, it tells me about the conclusion, but it doesn't the significance about it. I mean, it's culture, artifacts. All right, let me read the first paragraph and see if I pick up on anything, and then I'm done with this. I mean, it's definitely the Indonesian people wear it. Archaeological evidence suggests that the past, they're even more significant these days, the roles of modern society. Several reasons. You think I can Google and find the significance just like that, but I can't for some reason. But they go back from like 17 something once again with that Van D. Sir Sleen, whatever. It actually, like the beads, their controversy, which would make sense, right? Because it's like religion behind it. Out of all this, though, like it's just saying they're like extremely significant to like the Indonesian people, and but it's not really saying why. I can't find why. I don't know if it's linked to the like from the foreheads of the found of the Flores and the flora. Yeah, see, that was here too. They talked about that. So I don't know if it's from that volcano, because the rich flora to the fauna, boating abundant species of birds, world's greatest diversity, coral reefs, plenty of larger species as well, tigers, elephants, leopards. Welcome to Indonesia. That's all it says. Drawing the beads from a tube. Cutting the bead from a glass tube. Considering the glass tube cutting down, bulges apart, wounds the bead, the 8 faces, the paddle of the body, twisted square head, mulberry bead. Holy shit. It's linked to the Roman era too, though. No. The Roman actually dismissed it. But then the Dutch brought it back. And then here we go. Beads were most likely, so these were actually most likely made in Egypt. All right, see, this isn't a coincidence. So I'm going to have to look at this because actually this is Egyptian, right? But it's, I believe, from what I was told, it was made in Israel. So I think they're called mulberry beads. Also from Bali, mulberry beads. Somebody want to look up the significance of mulberry beads, please? So Egypt are linked to these beads. Egypt, Indonesia. I don't think Israel, but it's just saying early Islamic periods. Mulberry beads, Mulburr. Those are stone beads. Beads of organic material. So these look like they're, yeah, mulberry beads. Indian culture, which would be the Hinduism or, okay, mulberry beads. And then I'm done with this. I'm getting a headache. The meaning of mulberry beads. Not mulberry beach. Beads. It's a tree spirit. Wisdom. Great time for abundance and beauty. The mulberry comes in to represent the different ideas of different cultures. It's growth and summer death. Asia, Europe, Middle East. Oh, they even use some of them from feng shui. Helps stay calm, provides good sleep. So it looks like it's a looks like the mulberry beads from like the research. So many different meanings. All right, but that's cool. Let me try looking it up one more time. How many times am I gonna say I'm done? Indian culture, Indonesia.
Hey.
Hey. Warding off evil spirits, spells,
You on
protective
YouTube?
energy. I am.
That's gay. Fist bump. Fist bump.
Stop using that word.
Tell him. I'm gonna go tell on you.
You're gonna tell on me. Wanna shut my door, Butsky?
Huh?
Wanna shut my door? All right. It's like they wear the beads and pendants as appreciation. All right. Whatever. Mulberries, great abundance, spiritual significance. Yeah, for sure. So There we go. Oh, hold on. All right. Thanks for all your help. Let's do the read. Mobility be significant great abundance. Yeah, I kept coming across stuff like that too. So I don't know if by putting them in the pot is like making a sacrifice. Because I felt bad putting them in the pot, but they belong in the pot. So, which is so weird because I almost texted Andrew the other day and told him I wanted to go to temple. And I've been saying it for years with you guys. And every time I touch base with him, I say the same thing. And I know they have like sacrifice, like certain times they're like they'll give money to the gods, or like they'll do like all different stuff and then give bracelets. And so I believe he practices Hinduism. No, he does Buddhism. And like I said, for 2 years, I've been saying I want to go to temple. And it's funny because I literally almost just reached out again the other day. Because there's one about 20 minutes from me. And I want to check it out. And I've been looking into the whole Buddhism for like you see Buddha everywhere. So, anywho. So I'm assuming it's probably some type of sacrifice or it's something, because why else would they be in the pot? You know what I mean? It's like I'm giving. But when I first looked in the pot, it felt like I was looking down a well. So I don't know. I've never been to temple, but I'm excited. I've been saying it for a couple of years now. So. And you think it would be real simple to just like Google and be like, why would somebody put beads in a pot? Like, hey Siri, is that it? Is that her name? Alexa? Siri? Shit. What's an iPhone? Hey Siri? No? Hey Siri? Why would you put beads in a pot?
Okay, I found this on the web for why would you put beads in a pot. Check it out.
I think it thinks I'm talking about seeds. Hey Siri?
Mm-hmm.
Do certain religions put beads in a jug?
Okay, I found this on the web for do certain religions put beads in a jug. Check it out.
It's like a practice a prayer, because it kind of looks like a jug, right? I don't know. I can't find anything else. But it's like a ceremonial thing. All right. Alrighty, Schneidys. Let's do this. And do you know, out of every single deck I have, do you know the one that I get the most power from? Garnacia. Garnacia. But it's funny because it's almost like I like the Buddhism too. But I want to say Buddhism and Hinduism are kind of similar. No, they're not. I feel like there's something with Hinduism with me too, because I'm telling you, like, I have a lot of Indians in these. I was just telling Mia the other day, like, as patients, and the husband or the brother or the daughter brings them in, and when they always have like the red, like sometimes it's here. Last week it was like right here and it went way up high, and they're always like they're just so fucking grateful, like they just warm my soul. You know, but again, like, I still consider myself Catholic, or even if I was to practice Hinduism, like, I'd still be spiritual. You know what I'm like, I still wouldn't project any certain religions or anything, because it's like being open to a lot of religions. And tarot comes from Christianity, you know? So it's like, and then you got all these Christians that are just like, I'm just gonna stop, because I don't want to get into religion. But if people actually knew the history of tarot, it wouldn't be so fucking scary. It really wouldn't be. It really wouldn't be. It wouldn't be a make-believe thing. It probably wouldn't be this. Like, people would understand it more. But anywho, Z. I'll let you guys see a little of those. Give me a little border. I feel like this is not as white as it used to be. All right, beach cards. Beach cards. Let me just send a picture. These are the. Just want to send a picture to Carter real quick, because he was looking at I can't find the name of them, so I just want to send him like a couple different ones, so he can try to track them down. It's funny because I was telling him rhinos. I'm like, something with rhinos, and now that I think about it, like, he's gonna be like, what the fuck were you talking about, Court? So there must be one card in here that's like a rhino. Maybe it was that. Or I kept saying rhino to him. He's gonna be like, what the fuck, Court? I don't even see a rhino. You're gonna laugh at me. I don't even see a damn rhino. Oh, there it is. It's the Chariot. Just kidding. So that must be significant to him. It's the Chariot card, so there might be some type of significance behind that for you because it's the only one that's the Rhino. I really thought they were all the Rhino. All right. I'm like, the Rhino deck. I'm like, blue, it's got blue trim, and then it's light blue. And he's like, well, what's the name of the deck? I'll try to find it, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, honestly, I don't know. I've had cards for so long that I don't keep the boxes, and I kept track. Like, I call it my beach deck. This is the deck I take to the beach. So, and then I told him where I got it. And to be honest with you, out of all the years I've ever looked for cards, these have never popped up as like a viewing. And I didn't buy these online. I actually bought these in a crystal shop. So, all right. Oh, yeah, I was doing the energy surrounding us, right? So, oh, I like that look, he says. Yeah, I don't know. Something about this deck that I thought was definitely calling for you. But that's the only Rhino. He likes them. Yeah, see, it's weird because he's like, hey, can you name any like decks? And I'm like, oh, no. But I'm like, I got so many. And then we were just standing there shooting the shit and we were laughing. And this deck came to me and I knew it was for him. I'm like, this deck. But I'm like, you can't have it. I'm like, you can't borrow it either. I'm sorry. But hopefully he can track it down. So with that being said, if anybody does know the name of this deck, if you could please put it in the comments. All right. Energy surrounding us. The energy surrounding us. Communication. And I'll pull one more from another deck. So that could be spirit, that could be people, that could be friends, it could be whomever, but that's the energy next few days. Give or take, really the rest of December. The energy is surrounding us. Something could be lost in transit too. King of Swords and the Four of Wands. Page of Pence wants to pop out. This is, you got the Magician at the bottom of the deck, so that's positive. It's typically a yes answer. I don't know why. I just went on a fucking grabbing frenzy. So that's right around the corner. The King of Swords represents a really good communicator, someone who's extremely intelligent, good with words. Somebody could want a new start, a fresh start when it comes to commitment or just developing something or laying some type of foundation. This could be a work proposal. It is Pentacles. Some type of offer. It could be a new study. right now, the Magician was at the bottom of the deck. So to me, like that's right around the corner. Buddha, 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 rocking everywhere. Rocking everywhere. So, in order to be the magician, you have to use every tool. This is learning lessons. It's alchemy. It's using things in a positive way. It's taking every single element and combining it. Like you are the magician, like you are capable of doing it. You are intelligent enough to add the emotion in there, to add the adventure, to add the stability, to add the communication, right? You have to take every element. And it's funny because we almost have every element here except for water right now, right? So this energy could be lacking emotion right this second. I don't want to say that, but this, once again, the magician talks about every single element, right? Using every element. And you have to be experienced. You have to know what you're doing. So the energy around you is intelligent. So you could get some type of communication regarding an offer or a new area of study, or this could even be some of you guys, it could be spirit, right? But this looks like a masculine energy. The blue is pretty significant right now. Again, somebody who's extremely intelligent, smart, thinks things through. Well, that would be more of like, well, that one does too. It's very authoritative energy. They could be getting communication from, this could be a lawyer in the tarot deck, a lawyer. I almost said philosopher. This is all about building a solid foundation, commitment, engagement. You guys could be talking about engaging in communication. Some of you, if you've been in a relationship for a while, you could be talking about getting engaged, moving in together. It looks like there's a couple different things here. This typically can be some type of work offer, starting something new, building something new, sharp communication. A proposal, a work proposal. Here's the emotion. I just cut it. Page of Cups, Ten of Cups. So again, we have earth, air, and fire. This is what we needed. I almost feel like someone needs to communicate something to their family or a child, because this is younger energy. So you got communication coming in regarding something. I mean, this could be the same thing too. Like somebody just said, I think it was Aubrey. You know, she was moving. She was just about to move into a new apartment or something like that. It's like the same thing, getting the keys. You know, your landlord, you're signing a new document, you're communicating the move-in date, things like that. Could be purchasing property. Could be signing on the dotted line with a lawyer. I'm just trying to like pick up on things just like right here. Could be talking to spirit. I feel like this is oh boy energy. Like, oh boy. Oh boy. This energy is like saying, oh boy. Oh boy. It's almost pulling me to Ove, which is Greek, like Ovoy, like Ovoy, something like that. I don't know. It's oh boy. It's the same type of. We have anyone that's Greek here? It's like it's a Greek thing. It's like I want to say it's Greek. Might not be. Poland? The fuck? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's like, oh boy. It's the same thing as oh boy. Is that Greek? Oh boy. What the fuck is that, guys? What nationality is that? Oh boy. What nationality is that? Oh boy. Oh boy. Meaning. Oh boy. It's like, it's gotta be like, oh boy. Oh vey. Oh vey. No, that's Greek. No. A Yiddish phrase. Phrase. Did I say Dutch? No. What did I say? Poland? I don't even know what Yiddish is. The expression of oh boy, used to express dismay. Yeah, like oh boy, frustration, grief. Oh boy, a such male. Oh boy, that's like oh boy, oh boy, obey. It's like oh wow. It's Hebrew. Oh boy, obey. It's like OMG, yeah. So it's. Is it Polish? Oh my god, I did say Poland, didn't I? Did I say Poland? Slavic origin. The phase, oh boy. Wow. So you could be dealing with somebody who's Polish. Because I did say Poland is over Polish. And it says, talks about an attorney here. You could have an attorney here too, guys. You could have a Polish attorney. This isn't. Listen to me when I talk to you guys. It sounds crazy the way I channel shit, but it's so true. Okay? Because Polish came to me. I talked about an attorney. Is Ove Polish. It's Sutton, which is an attorney, explains that the phrase Ovoy is Islamic origin and has counterparts of Slavic languages. Is Slavic Polish? I'm guessing. Okay, so you either have Polish descendant or Polish attorney, because I'm getting oh boy and ove. Wow. That's crazy. Or Jewish. So, I don't know what to tell you here. Could be grief, pain, frustration. So, the communication that's coming in is, oh boy, it's like overwhelming. Huh? I didn't hear you. Okay. So, and I don't know why an attorney had to break down, oh boy, right? That's very strange. But whatever this communication is, there might be some hardship, but you can have what you want. Like you can manifest something. It's a yes answer. So the whole oh boy, I don't think is necessary. Like oh boy, and then I just get obey. It did mention Jewish and something else, but Poland was the first thing that came to me. And it's the Polish attorney. I don't know. So you guys could have an attorney. This could be a document. You could be buying a house, selling a house. Somebody could be getting the house in a divorce settlement. This to me is more having to express emotion right now and having to stabilize something. And the magician needs to bring in emotion. Yeah, see, it's emotional. It's emotional. We're missing the emotion right now. It's almost like somebody doesn't want to be in their emotions. Somebody does not want to be vulnerable because the King of Swords does not want to be vulnerable. It might be a small offer. Can we talk? Can we grab tea? Whatever it is. Can you come to my house? You're not dealing with somebody who wants to talk about their emotions. So there's obviously there's some type of descendant from Polish archetype inside of you, DNA or something. And if that's not the case, is this could be a lawyer that's Polish. What the fuck? So somebody has some strong someone has some strong something coming at you because they're trying to manifest. It's the Magician. They're capable of doing
Would
it.
you like one?
It's probably not wanting to do it. No, can I have that last piece?
Mhm.
So I'll get a bellyache, but it's probably gonna be worth it.
It's great. I wore that.
Oh, these are good. Let me show YouTube real quick.
You want this piece?
Nope, just show them. These are from another country. They got chocolate in them. And thank you, buddy. I only mentioned that because we were just talking about Polish and something. So I know those are from another country though. And they got chocolate in them. I think it's like hazelnut. So this could be foreign communication. It could be foreign lands. It could be a job. It could be an email. It could be an email from a foreign land. If it's more mundane, it's somebody who wants to come in and try to stabilize something, but it's like, oh boy. So it's like they're getting ready. I don't know if there's cultural differences. We got Poland and those things. I don't know where those are from. I want to say Italy, but I don't think so. Because I know what that is that he just brought in is significant. I think they're Swiss. I don't know. I just know it's another country. I don't know what they're called, though. I'd look them up. But this is somebody who wants to manifest, but it's like, oh boy. But what I want to say is, oh boy. But oh boy, like, oh boy. So to me, right? We got the world. To me, when I say oh boy, it seems like heavy. It's a heart shape, like 10 of Wands. Oh boy seems more like frustration. Belgium. The oh boy seems more like frustration to me. And the oh boy seems like, oh shit, you know? So, and the meaning was frustration, grief. So this energy is feeling a little grief, a little frustration. It doesn't look like, if it's a boss, it's all good. They don't need to put emotion into nothing, right? But if this is someone coming towards you, you would want the emotion, because with the Magician being here, guys, you have to have every single element. And some of you, if this is, you want to purchase a house, that could be a oh boy. You're going to get approved. Some of you might consider moving another country. I don't. This is a house. This is stability. This is solid. This is commitment. This is moving in. This is, happily ever after, even though there's no such thing, but it can be if two people work at something. Ups and downs, but, at the end of the day, being happy you push through type energy. So this is, oh boy, communication. This really is frustration and sorrow. So let's just get that out so we get other messages within this reading besides what I just said. So we know how this energy is feeling. So it can be two things. We can have a lawyer here, or this could be just somebody that's like, oh shit, I know it's time. I know what I need to do. Like, oh boy. But to me, it's like, oh boy, like not wanting to be bothered, like frustrated. And then the oh boy is more like ready to ship bricks. Like, am I really going to do this? Am I really going to do this? So let's get the energy around you besides this. So this could be you, this could be them. You're the energy around them, they're the energy around you. It could be a new project, it could be, which means you're going to get communication, you have to move. There's something here, guys. There's future here. There's here and now and there's future. I don't feel past, but that's probably a good thing because you don't want to carry the past into the present moment or the future. So there's something about a future purchase too, or a job proposal. Some of you, it's a straight up proposal. Knight of Swords. Yeah, this is somebody coming in, somebody that wants to break barriers, that wants to speak the truth, looking for answers. Got the moon under the deck. So somebody doesn't know if the communication is going to go well. Somebody doesn't know if they can communicate. So this is a message. So this could be email. This can be a letter. This can be a document. This can be in person. This could be an invite to a house. This could be at Christmas time, guys, gathering with family and friends. You know what I mean? It is somebody who's like, hey, can I talk to you for a minute? I got an idea. And it is, you don't even see it coming. Your intuition may be telling you it's coming. No, see, I don't think so either. So you got a message coming. However it's coming at you. And it looks like happy news, celebration, friends. Again, yeah, see the Magician again. This is somebody that's hoping for a yes answer. This is somebody who wants to create. They want to build, whether it's a business, whether it's a home life. It's happy news. Or it's a collaboration. Well, you would typically get the Three of Pentacles with a collaboration, but this is somebody who wants to get together. This is hanging out with friends. This is a get together. Some readers will read this as a reconciliation, but I didn't really feel the past. So to me, it's friends, party, it's gatherings, it's you out shopping. Some of you might bump into this person. I do feel like this person already bumped into you or saw you somewhere, but they didn't say anything to you. Huh. But this is somebody who definitely wants to come in. Got the Magician twice. Somebody that hands down wants to come in and wants some type of get together, or it's a gathering. You could be at a gathering and you get communication. You're hanging out with friends, family. You don't see it coming. Damn. The Empress looks frustrated, but Spirit's telling her, like, be smart or something. Because she looks frustrated. Look at her in blue. Or, I don't know if someone's pointing the finger. The Hierophant is a religious figure. High priest, religion. marriage. If this is regarding a marriage as a wife, some of you, it could be an engagement or your future partner. Look at all the bees around you though, like you want to sting. It's funny, I just got pulled to the blue and I got a couple pendulums over here and I just pulled my blue one. Hold on, I wanted to ask Spirit something. Yeah. See, this is more like spirit or a dead one. It is someone passed over. This is you guys coming in as the Empress. It's like put them back together. So you're probably about to be guided. Oh, and I put on the blue ring my mom gave me a couple weeks ago. I was like, wow, mom, good job not getting me purple. But technically, this was hers, and she bought a new ring. So she gave me this ring because her new ring doesn't fit on any other finger. It's the only reason why I got a blue ring. And I'm not like super crazy about it because I'm not a gold person. I'm more like white gold or, it really just depends. But so blue might be pretty significant. Blue is a healing color too. It's also, hold up, wait to the next episode. Blue. Communication, forgiveness, focus, good fortune, peace. Really? Communication, forgiveness, focus, good fortune, peace, wisdom, remembering dreams. I don't see any dream state energy here, but blue is obviously the color of the week. So communication, first thing out, communication. Look at that. And I didn't even pick up on that. The communication's blue. So whoever made this deck was obviously was using color too, believe it or not. Because the first thing out is communication. And that was your first card out. And that's a card of communication. To me, you're communicating to spirit. It's very creative energy. It's very fertile energy. It's entrepreneurship. You could be a mother. It's just holding yourself in high standards. Who, me? Yeah, you. Who stole the cookies from the cookie jar? Fuck, man. Really? Didn't a nursery rhyme come out the other day too? How much could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? And now we got, who stole the cookies from the cookie jar? Who, me? Because it's like bashful, actually. So it's weird. I almost feel like the feminine energy is like bashful. What is the meaning of bashful? Shy? What is the meaning of bashful? Shy. Reluctant to draw attention to oneself, shy. Don't be bashful about telling folks how you feel. So you got a wall up. Yeah, see, you're being guided. See, I knew there was something here that I was picking up on. Because I don't even think you want to express how you feel about a situation. Because I feel it's more that than shy. And then I was just pulled to shy. That's old school. I don't know who sings that. But reluctant to draw attention. Could be different. You could be reserved, nervous. But the opposite of all that is confident and bold. And the Empress is confident and bold, guys. So to me, if communication is the name of the game, you're probably not trying to communicate, because this is like, don't be afraid to tell somebody how you feel. So you might know what this is about, or you might not know what it's about. Say it's at a dinner table, someone asks you a question, personal question, however it goes for you, and you're like, oh, I really don't want to give my opinion. It might cause controversy, or see what I'm saying? But I really feel like this is more you're being guided to tell somebody how you feel, and you don't want to. See, it stings, or you already been stung. So to me, you have a wall up. And I wanted to say a wall up. Whoa, yeah, a wall up. Don't you get, when someone gets stung, don't you have a wall up? Do I sound real stupid right now? Am I like in my own little language? If you get stung by a bee, would somebody call something a wallop? Just me right now? What is a wallop? What is a wallop? A strike or a hit. The back of his head with a stick. See, you're probably angry. I just almost choked. You're probably angry with somebody. See, it's like, oh, it's almost like you're being told or something. You're very hesitant. You are absolutely very hesitant to communicate. But at the same time, Spirit's saying, don't you be afraid to communicate. I don't think you would be afraid. I think, well, I don't know. You could be. I'm not going to say I wish I channeled in different ways, but they are special, aren't they? Hi, buddy. How you doing? Okay. I'm almost done. Good. All right. So if there's like a wall up, and because originally I wanted to say like you have a guard up, like your wall is up. You know what I mean? They're defensive. But then I saw this thing, and then a wall up. Could have sworn that card just moved. It's almost like either you don't want to speak your mind because it's controversial, or you're afraid. Empress wouldn't be afraid, but you could be, because I said you have a wall up, but then I said a wall up. So there's some anger or frustration. Like this conversation might sting. So it might actually hurt you a little bit. It's gonna stir up your feelings. And if you ask me, you're not trying to be in your feelings because you're the Empress right now. Does that make sense? So this communication is going to probably be bothersome details that might hurt. But the truth obviously must be told. And it's probably going to sting. I don't think you're the one. This energy can absolutely be the one to sting. But I think the communication that's coming in towards you, just the communication alone is going to sting. It's going to bring up energy for you that I don't think you're going to be okay with or happy with. just want to get one card for the Empress. Damn. Two of Cups, but with the Five of Swords, guys. So this is coming from a loved one, somebody where there's mutual love, mutual understanding. I wouldn't say mutual reciprocation because the communication's off. The Five of Swords is defeated. I'm reading it upright, but technically this would see this would, oh yeah, see, it's like a sting. I don't know how to explain it. It's coming from somebody that I almost said you once loved or still love, but if it's the Two of Cups, that love is still there. It's mutual love between you and somebody. And it could be a family member, guys. It does not need to be a lover. It could be you and a child. It could be you and your father. It could be you and a friend. But there's a chance you might get in an argument. Or you're not talking because there's already been an argument. So tell me about this communication real quick. So it's someone you know, because there's already feelings, there's already love. This person loves you like you love them. And holding back. So right now with the Four of Pentacles with communication, someone's holding back communication. See, because Spirit saying, don't be afraid. You got Temperance at the bottom of the deck too. It's tempering your emotions, your energy. It's balance. So it looks like he's holding back and you're holding back. It literally looks like both energies here are holding back communication. But this one, you got a masculine, strong masculine energy that's about to communicate or is trying to communicate. Someone that's probably been holding back. But you're holding back too. Because Spirit's saying, don't be afraid to tell somebody how you feel. And if it stings, then it stings. But there's something about this communication, I'm telling you, it's going to stir up emotions or cultural differences or controversy. Whatever is happening next is going to cause controversy. I think it could be resolved. Okay, there's mutual love here, whether it's you and a child, you and a lover, you and an ex, you and a friend, you and a third party, you in a work situationship, whatever it is for you, is somebody you know and love. The two of you have been holding back communication. This one's wants to come in with some type of message. This could be saying too, don't hesitate to sting if you need to sting. Like, don't be shy. It could be painful communication. It could be, see what I'm saying? There's two types of communication here. You either don't want to communicate because it's emotional and it hurts. Or you don't want to communicate because you know if you open your mouth, you're going to sting. Or you're going to give someone a piece of your mind. But the Empress is usually more ladylike and understanding and balanced and grounded. So I don't think it's going to be nasty. So I think this energy, you could have been dealing with somebody who didn't want to commit, wanted to date, didn't want to settle down. Could have been someone you used to date, because Three of Cups talks about dating. So it could be an ex here. It looks like there's been no communication. The communication you receive might actually sting. That's why I'm saying, like, I also feel pain and grief on this side. Like, oh boy. And I feel pain and grief on this side, like, oh boy, am I really going to do this? I've been holding back. You notice how there's no emotions? This person's been holding back on their emotions. You're not dealing with somebody who wants to be vulnerable by any means. So we got oh boy and oh boy. You're frustrated, you're hurt. This is more scared, hesitant. I can't believe I'm going to do this. But I want to create, I want to lay a foundation. I want it. It's part of my happiness. You guys clearly had fun together. Again, whether it's a friend, somebody you used to date, this is friendship, this is dating. Okay. Definitely looks like there's no communication right now. Looks like you're absolutely hands down. Both of you are holding back. The Empress will wait for a reward. She will not wait for a person. She will turn anybody down if it's not for her highest good. She won't wait for nobody. She'll wait for her reward because she knows the right person will come in. So she's not waiting for communication. She's actually kind of like, really, you want me to communicate? You want me to talk? I might not hold back. I do feel like you got a wall up too because you've been hurt. You've obviously been hurt if it's mutual love. I don't know. It could be childish to you too. Who stole the cookie from the cookie? I just felt like childish energy too. You could have been dealing with somebody younger than you or just immature about how they handle things. Could be a number of anything. What's up? Hi.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Love you. Love you.
Bye.
Bye. You notice how he just came in and said hi and then bye, hi and bye, hi and bye, and then gave me daps? So whatever this is was probably off and on, off and on, off and on. Or this is somebody who just wants to say hi and the other one's like, bye. You know what I'm saying? You both been hurt. You're both frustrated. This is like you hold out for the best you want because you're worth it, right? So there is obviously frustration. You weren't getting something because there's no communication. It's not just silent treatment. It's I'm not waiting for nothing. I'm doing me. I'm creating. I'm taking care of myself. I know my worth. I don't need. So you probably wanted something more with someone or vice versa. No, it's probably you wanted something more and you didn't get it because all the energy is holding out. All the energy is holding back. And oh boy, because it's like, oh boy, I can't believe I'm going to do this. Like, oh boy. So they're not reaching out either. And I'm telling you, spirit's like, this is guided. You have a loved one or spirit, like for instance, me, my pendulum is I talk to my guides all the time. I'm always guided in situations. That's sometimes why I stay so damn long. Um, Reason for everything with certain situations. And then other times when I stayed too long, I overextended and I should have known better and there was a lesson for me. You get what I'm saying? So it's however you communicate with spirit or dead ones or whoever's watching over you, because it's like you feel. To me, this would be like if you don't talk on a pendulum or something. This would be like an energy that's very magnetic. You feel pulled. You know what I'm saying? Like you just get that nudge and you get that nudge sometimes and you go. And you don't even think. I don't think you're doing that no more. But I was just trying to explain like the magnetism you might have with somebody here. But this someone might be struggling to talk because that just went right to my gut. But this doesn't look bad. This looks good. This is like somebody who wants to come in, hoping you're gonna be okay with the offer on how they want to go about grounding a situation, possibly. It doesn't look awful, guys. It really doesn't. It looks positive. This is somebody who wants to manifest with you. They want to grow things with you. They want to lay a foundation that, they're capable of doing it. They're coming in as the magician energy. So it's almost like they're manifesting in the right way. There is lack of emotion here though. And that might be, the final straw for you or something. It's almost like victory, like you don't have to do much, but or sleeping on it. The ego could have gotten in the way because this looks like, even though it's victory, this energy kind of looks sad. I don't know if they took advantage of a situation, they slacked, they did nothing. King of Cups here looks mopey. Like I said, the reward, victory, something's going to come your way, whether it's a yay or nay. It's the Six of Wands. Some of you, it's like it's just going to come towards you. It's not effortless energy, though. The person coming towards you might be coming out of a battle, and right now they're resting. Because if you look at this horse, so it's like a little pause or something. Or because somebody had to have just gotten out of a battle. Even the horse is tired. Like someone just needs to rest. This is somebody this is definitely someone from your past. I just looked up and it said, sounds like my past. It could be, yeah, you know this person. But I don't feel past energy. Get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like I don't feel anything heavy from the past lingering. So that's probably a good thing. So this looks like the person that is like coming towards you has literally just got out of a battle. and literally needs to rest. This could also be saying, like, it's telling me, like, you two should retreat, like, get away for the weekend. Like, it is time to retreat. Yeah, this could be, let's go away, let's go on vacation, let's rent a cabin, let's rent a house. Because, yeah, I totally see that too. Let's just get away for the weekend. You know what I mean? Because this is like the two of you have been experiencing the same shit, the Five of Swords. No one ever wins. You know what I mean? It's like you keep getting back to the same problem every single time because you keep reaching the Five of Swords. Nothing is getting resolved. Somebody won't see something through. Get what I'm saying? That's why you keep coming back to the Five of Swords, because it was the Five of Swords energy. It's like you keep getting to the Five of Swords because somebody was not moving something forward. They weren't showing up, they weren't pulling through. And the Empress ain't having that shit. So they could have just left something behind that caused pain and sorrow, but they are going towards happiness, victory. You could be dealing with somebody who's extremely shy, but there is something about resting. It is time to, like, come together, and it's time to rest, and it's time to enjoy life. Time to be honest. This energy is going to be honest. Again, same thing. I feel it's like, oh boy. So this caused pain because you could snap, but the Empress doesn't typically snap. And this is like, oh boy, I can't believe I'm going to do this. Will she accept the offer? Will she do this? Will I be able to communicate? Will she meet up with me? Can we grab a drink? Can we go to dinner? This could be like, can we go to dinner? You know what I'm saying? It could be in a public place because they don't want to be bitched at. Or they think maybe it'd be a smoother conversation. I don't know. But this person, this is their energy. And they just literally are getting out of some type of, like, conflict, battle. Yeah, see, they're moving forward. They're just getting out of that battle. So something in their life is just ending too. So I don't know if that's what the communication is going to be about. Because I really feel like, oh boy, really? But it's like, because it stirs up emotion and frustration. This one's been an emotion, draining emotion, frustration. I can't believe I went about things this way. I can't believe I let this happen. I can't believe I didn't communicate. I can't believe I let her feel this way. I can't believe, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh boy, why? Why now? It's like that type of energy. But the High Priest. Seven of Cups. Hi, Max. Why would the High Priestess hold a moon in a tarot card? I'm just tossed to that moon right now. High priest holds a scroll. The high priestess holds a scroll. I don't know if I've ever picked up on the scroll like that in her arms. In addition, the moon crown is a crescent on her head, and near her foot indicates the willingness to illuminate what other. Why can't I talk? The high priestess holds a scroll with information in her arms. In addition, the moon crown on her head also is the crescent that near her foot that indicates her willingness to illuminate what you otherwise might not see about a job, a possibility, an investment, a love, a career, a family. So you're the high priestess. You're the high priestess and the emperor. I mean, you're the high priestess and the empress. Holy shit. You're spiritual, you're powerful, you know, it's like the energy within, the energy without. It's that equality we were talking about earlier, right? So, and the moon, and that's the first thing I was pulled to, guys. I'm not used to seeing that moon near the high priestess's foot. So maybe there's a reason why I use this deck. You are clearly connected to spirit. There's no question. But you have to be willing. But it's saying that the crescent by her foot indicates her willingness to illuminate what you otherwise might not see. So again, you don't see this coming, or you see it coming, but you don't see it. It's almost like you told somebody it's too late. It's too late. You know what I mean? Like it's too late. Like you don't see a future anymore is what this is saying. You don't see it. You don't see a future. You don't see it. So you got a major wall up. You're in defensive mode because you don't see the future anymore. You don't see it. It's too late. That's like the end of like, oh boy, right? It's like that. Like, oh boy, like why now? Why? Right? That's the vibe. Max, really? That's the vibe I'm getting. That's a given. Like, why now? That's what I'm getting. Why now? Why after all this time? Why now? Why after all this time? Why now? Years or weeks, whatever this is for you. Why now? Oh boy. Why now? That's exactly what, because this is what I got real quiet real quick, guys. I was pulled to that moon. I didn't know how to explain that moon to you. That's all I saw was the moon. Yeah, very powerful energy. This energy's got to be somewhat intimidated by you. There's no way that they're not. But again, you would look at him as an equal. So if that would be his insecurity. But that's hands on what this is saying, because that's what I was pulled to. The foot, the crescent moon near her foot indicates her willingness to illuminate what otherwise might not see. So this is either a job, an investment, or love, or family, or all of the above. This is long term. This is long term commitment. Whatever this is, this person is planning on long term. So to me, you're probably like, why now? See, this person wants a commitment. They want something solid. They want to build. Okay. So again, the crescent by her foot indicates her willingness to illuminate. So your willingness, you got to be willing to look at something different. You got to be willing to illuminate the possibilities. Like you have to be able to clearly look at something different. because you don't see something anymore. You don't, to me, this is saying you don't see a future with this person anymore. Like, you got to be willing to illuminate what you want too, right? Because they're looking at you as a future wife or wife potential. This is long term. They're looking at you as an investment. I hate to say it like that. You could be dealing with somebody who um it's not a bad thing. You got to know if you want to invest your time into this too. But you can illuminate, you can see something, you got an ability to do a lot of things. But right now, you're not even close to doing that because you're like, oh, boy, like, why now? Why after all this time? Even if it's only been 2 weeks, why after all this time? Why after 4 years? Why after 3 years? Why after 4 weeks? Why? Why? Someone's got a lot of talking to do. Someone's got a lot of explaining to do. And again, where's the emotion? You're not dealing with somebody who wears that heart on their sleeve. They did come in as the King of Cups. They absolutely, hands down, got a lot of love for you. I want to say I've said this in other readings, and it was one particular reading where I was like, it's just their character, guys. So if you guys remember that reading, if you could, mention it below for newbies or somebody else that might want to go back and watch that reading, because it's their character. It's who they are. It is what it is. They might be a great big giant teddy bear inside, but it's definitely not what they project. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? So you're gonna have to really go within, you know. We're just going to leave it there. But the Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck, there might be a little confusion. I don't think it's confusion. The Seven Cups is really just, if you're going to tackle something, what are you going to tackle first? What needs your attention? Because you'll get caught up if you got too much going on, right? So when all this comes at you, what's important? Like, what's most important? Like, don't be afraid to tell somebody how you feel either. And I feel like it's not just stinging. I feel like this energy has hurt you. You have been hurt by this energy. You have felt betrayed and stabbed in the back, and you're holding yourself in high standards. So trust me, you've been hurt. You had to shut doors. If you're coming in Empress style, it took a lot to get there because there was love. You had to shut down love because it just wasn't making you feel like an empress anymore. This energy was not giving to you. They were probably pushing away with all the air here. You could be dealing with somebody who's not a very good communicator, or they can communicate, but they have a hard time emotionally communicating. So again, I feel like this came out in another read recently. I'm kind of like in trance-like energy right now, so I can't really like pick up on it, but I'm picking up like little bits and pieces of stuff that I felt like I've said to you recently. Like, even if it's work, like, didn't I say something like a workbench? I mean, like a park bench, and somebody comes up and like gives you a business card or something. It's like, no, I'm dead serious. I'd really love it if you worked for my company. It's just like, huh? It can be like that too. I don't know what story that was. Chances are this person, or it's going to turn into love. But because there's already a sting, because it's already pain, I do feel like a majority of you do know this person. But I will tell you, they're not bringing in past energy. Whatever went down in the past, they've conquered. They're pushing through. This energy wouldn't come at you and want long term. if they weren't serious about a situation. So in order to get, like I said, I know in order to get to that energy when there's love involved, that's a lot of heartache. That's a lot of nights crying. That, you know, it is. I've been there plenty of times. Still always pick myself up, but being strong doesn't mean that it doesn't fucking hurt. So that's hands down someone's scenario, because you're really gonna have to dig deep to go within to look at a future with this person again, or even consider it. There could have been a third party, or you were dating, they didn't want to settle down. You guys stopped communicating, and now like, fuck, I really see things differently. I really want this woman in my world, So neither of you can hold back, because you're both holding back. This energy is going to come in, speak the truth. They are going to talk to you guys. You're both, it's a struggle for both of you to have this conversation. This is somebody who hands down held back on conversation, kept you in the dark. Just want to see the intentions of the King of Swords. It looks positive. I just don't see a lot of emotion, and that might be a make it or break it for you. Who knows? Ascending, transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phases, preparing for union. Yeah, it's right around the corner. So if somebody invites you to have a conversation, it's going to take a lot for you to say yeah, but it looks like it might be a good thing. They're preparing. I don't know if that's like, I don't think they're just assuming you're going to say yeah. I'm pretty sure this energy is pretty aware of your energy. They're holding you at high standards too. They're looking at you as the Empress. They know you deserve a lot more than what they gave you. Okay. So again, at the end of the day, I'm just the messenger. I can't tell you how to feel or what to do, but this does not look negative. All right, guys, I love you. Thank you so much for helping me with all this stuff and talking and the teamwork. It was a good night. It was a long night. I'm tired. I gotta be at work at 5. And I shopped all day. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I got some, beautiful stuff out of the shopping spree. It wasn't supposed to be a shopping spree for Courtney, though. I did get a lot of Christmas stuff done, though. I only have a couple more things, and I can pick those up. So, all right, guys. I love you. Best of luck with everything. And I hope you have a fantastic night. Rest of your week. Fantastic rest of your week. And I'll be on Patreon tomorrow. I might be here tomorrow. I might not. But if not, I'll see you guys Thursday. I love you guys. Bye. Thanks again for the help and the, love you.